Hello students, today we'll read the chapter Afraid of the Dark, which is taken from a book. This is an extract which is taken from the book The Owl Who Was Afraid of the Dark, and this book is written by a British writer, Jill Tomlinson, and who is well known for her animal stories for children. So this is basically a play. Play means drama. There is a drama, and in which there are dialogues, between different characters who are performing on stage. So this Afraid of the Dark is basically a play in which we will see different characters. So what are the different characters? There is a storyteller. So storyteller, why do you think that a storyteller is introduced in the story? So storyteller is the one who gives information about the characters who are performing on in the play, about their actions, about the place where that action is taking place, and also other specific details related to the drama or play. So the one who's telling, who is giving all the details, that person is known as storyteller. So there is a storyteller in this play. Then we have Mr. Barn Owl, Mrs. Barn Owl, little boy, and the main character is Plop. So these are the different characters we will see in this play. So the play starts with scene 1. So there is on the stage when the play starts, whatever place is that starting scene is known as scene 1. So scene 1 starts with the storyteller. So let's see what storyteller is saying. Plop is a baby barn owl who lives with his mother and father at the top of a tall tree in a field. Plop is fluffy with a heart-shaped ruff and enormous round eyes. But there is one strange thing about him. He is afraid of the dark. So storyteller is giving us some information about the main character of the play. He says Plop is a baby barn owl. So who is Plop? The characters are one mummy owl, then one papa owl, and one baby owl. So baby owl name is Plop. And he lives with his mother and father. Obviously they are birds, so they live on a tree. And how is Plop? It is a baby bird, no? So it's a fluffy means soft feathers, with a heart-shaped ruff. Ruff means there is some colored ring around the neck of this Plop, and enormous round eyes. You know that owls have the characteristic which are having big eyes. So this Plop is also owl. So it's also having a enormous means big round eyes it has. But there is one strange thing about him. Strange means which is not usual. Okay, so what is that strange thing? He is afraid of the dark. Now why it is strange about him to be afraid of the dark? See, owls are supposed to be the night birds, right? So they come out at night time only. So being a night bird, how can you be afraid? Afraid means scared, frightened. So being a night bird, it is very strange thing that you are afraid of the night. So this is the strange feature about this baby barn owl. Mrs. Barn Owl says, Plop, you can't be afraid of the dark. Owls are never afraid of the dark. We are night birds. Now, there is a conversation going on between mother owl and the baby owl. What mother is saying, that you are the night owl, we are night birds, and you cannot be afraid of the dark. So you have to come out of your fear. Plop says, looking down at his toes and mumbling. Mumbling means saying something in a low voice which is not very clear. That is mumbling. I don't want to be a night bird. I want to be a day bird. He's just so afraid of the dark that he says that I don't want to be a night bird. I want to be the day bird. I want to come out during daytime. I just don't like the night time. Mr. Barn Owl says firmly. Firmly means he's a dad. He's like strong one, no? So he says in a strong way. Firmly means strong way. You are what you are. So what he means by saying you are what you are, he means the baby owl is an owl, and you cannot change this fact that you are owl. So you have to be, you have to behave like other owls. Okay, you should try to become and be like other owls. Plop. What I are is afraid of the dark. Now, what I are is grammatically incorrect, but it is the way he's saying. He's a small like bird. He doesn't know how to frame the sentence. So he's saying that, but I am afraid of the dark, and it is what it is. I am afraid of the dark. So it shows that, Plop is not hiding his fear. Plop is ready to talk about his fear to his parents, and he's not ashamed of it, and he's telling openly that I am afraid of the dark. So I am afraid of the dark. There's nothing I am like I should hide it. So it is in a way, it is a good thing that he's not hiding his fear from his parents. And children, if you are also having any kind of fear, any fear of darkness, fear of height, or any other kind of things, not only fear, any kind of things, you should not hide from your parents. You should always talk to your parents. If you have problem with some friends, some people, or any kind of problem, you should always discuss it with your parents, and your parents will always be there to help you, to support you. So we see from this character that we should learn from Plop that we should not hide things from our parents. So storyteller says, Mrs. Barn Owl is very worried. She tries to think how best she can help Plop not to be afraid. Now Mrs. Barn Owl is worried, and of course she is worried about her son, that he is not ready to come out of the nest, of his hole where they live, the nest, the home where they live. He is not ready to come out of its home in the dark, in the night, at night time. So she's kind of worried. Mrs. Barn Owl says, you are only afraid of the dark because you don't know about it. Now she's trying to convince Plop that you are afraid because you don't know anything about night, about darkness. Once you try to come out, your fear will go away. So she's trying to convince her son not to be afraid of the dark. Plop says, it is black. I don't like it. I do not like it at all. Now Plop is adamant, he is very much sure that no, night is very dark and nothing is visible, and that is why I don't like it. And he's putting stress also, you can see that bold letter is there, I don't like it at all. It is showing how much dislike a Plop has for the darkness. Mrs. Barn Owl, well, dark can be a lot of other colors. I don't think you know anything about the dark at all. So she's still trying to convince that you don't know anything about the dark. So at least you should give some time to know about it. Don't be in a hurry to just, decide anything. Plop loudly. Now he's also getting annoyed, so he's also raising his voice. Dark is nasty. Nasty is a rude word, very impolite kind of. So he's saying dark is impolite. Dark looks rude, and that's why I don't like dark. Mrs. Barn Owl says, you don't know that. You have never had your beak outside the nest hole after dusk. I think you had better go down now and find out more about the dark. Now, again, Mrs. Barn Owl is not giving up. She's still trying to convince her son. She says that, no, you are saying that because you don't have any idea about night. And because you never come out, she's saying that you never had your beak outside the nest hole. It means that you never come out of the hole and, try to know about it. After dusk, dusk means the evening time, when the sun sets and the darkness is about to appear, that is the dusk time. So she says that you should better go down now and you should find out more about dark. Try to explore something about dark, and then you decide whether you like it or not. Now storyteller says, Plop climbs out of the nest hole and wobbles along the branch outside. He peeps over the edge. Now, Plop is obedient child. He listens even though he doesn't want, but he listens to what his mother is saying. So he climbs out. He comes out of his nest hole and wobbles. Wobbles means it's a small bird. He doesn't know how to walk properly, so he wobbles, like moving unsteadily, not in a proper manner. And where he's wobbling along the branch outside. There's a branch, and on that branch it is moving. He peeps over the edge. Peeps means just looking down, tries to see. Plop says, I cannot land very well. I might spill myself. So he doesn't know how to fly because it's very small. So he says he's not very confident of flying. So he says that if I try to go down, I might fall. Spill means fall. Mrs. Barnowl, your landing will improve with practice. Look, there is a little boy down there on the edge of the wood. Go and talk to him. Now Mrs. Barnowl says that you don't worry, you will, maybe you are not perfect now, but once you try, you will improve your flying and landing. Landing means going on the ground. So she is trying to encourage her son to go down, and also she is showing that there is a little boy standing on the ground under the tree. So she says that just go and talk to that little boy. So this is the end of scene 1. Now starts scene 2. Now storyteller says, Plop shuts his eyes, takes a deep breath and falls off his branch. His small white wings carry him down. However, he cannot land properly and does some very fast somersaults past the little boy. Now Plop is very afraid. He's trying to go down, but when you're afraid of doing something, you just close the eyes. So Plop also closed his eyes. He took a deep breath and he just jumped off the tree. His wings were very small and he could not control his body, so it was like a somersault, like rolling upside down, and that is how he landed on the ground just near the little boy. Now little boy, he just saw the owl coming down from the tree, a giant Catherine wheel. Now the little boy, the owls are very small, it's a very small fluffy kind of thing was there. So little boy could not understand that it is a bird. He thought it is a Catherine wheel. Catherine wheel is a kind of firecracker, okay? So a type of firework that rotates quickly and produces sparks and colored flames. So that's a firecracker. So he thought that it is a firecracker just fallen from somewhere. Plop, picking himself up, now he tries to just adjust himself and comes in the standing position. Actually, I am an owl. He says, no, I am not a Catherine wheel or whatever you are saying. I don't understand, but I am an owl. I am an owl. Little boy says, oh yes, of course, you couldn't be a firework. Daddy says we can't have the fireworks until it gets dark. Oh, I wish it would be hurry up and get dark soon. Now this little boy has exactly the opposite thinking of as Plop. He says that yeah, you cannot be firework because my daddy says that firework can only come at the night time. At Diwali time, you see, the firecrackers that we enjoy, it is always in the night time. So the same way he's saying that only at the night time we can have the fireworks. It is the daytime, so you cannot be a firework. And also he's saying that, oh God, just I'm so anxiously waiting for the dark to come because I want to enjoy my firework. Plop, amazed. He gets very amazed. Amazed means surprised. You wanted to get dark? Now, on the other hand, like one side Plop is there who is so afraid of the dark, and on the other side this little boy is there who is waiting for the dark to come. So it is a very contrasting situation, very opposite kind of this thing is there. Little boy says, oh yes, dark is exciting, and tonight is especially exciting because we are going to have fireworks. The little boy says that yes, and again you can see that it is in bold. Dark is exciting, means it shows that how much the little boy likes darkness and how excitedly he is waiting for the darkness to come because he wants to enjoy the firework. Plop, what are fireworks? I don't think owls have them. No, he doesn't know what is actually fireworks. So he asking to little boy, what is firework? Little boy says, oh, they are rocket, flying saucers and sparklers. Daddy sets fire to their trails and whoosh into the air and fill the sky with colored stars. Some burst into showers of stars and some whiz around your head. I'm only allowed to hold the sparkles. Now the little boy is explaining what is fireworks, how the names of this fireworks like rocket, flying saucers, sparklers, there are different types of fireworks, and he's explaining how he enjoys the fireworks with his daddy. But since he's small, he's not allowed to use, means to fire other firecrackers. He's allowed to use only to hold only the sparklers, so it is less dangerous because he's young for the other firecrackers. Plop: I think I would like fireworks. Now when Plop is listening to that, he's also eager to see the display of the fireworks. He's kind of liking it, for he has never seen crackers bursting in the night sky. Little boy says, I'm sure you would. You can watch the fireworks from the top of a tree. You can look out as soon as it gets dark. Now little boy says, don't worry, as soon as it will get dark, we will light the fireworks and you can enjoy it from the tree. Plop: does it have to be dark? Now again the Plop has the same fear. Oh, it has to be dark. Can't you do it right now? Little boy says, of course it does. You can't see fireworks unless it is dark. Well, I must go now. Goodbye. So little boy was like, of course it has to be dark when the firework is like if you want to enjoy it, because you cannot see it in the daytime. All the glitters, sparks cannot be visible in the daytime. So he says it, and he says that now it is time for him to go, and he says bye. Plop also says goodbye. Now there is scene 3. Storyteller says, Plop flutters up to the landing branch and dives into his nest hole. Flutters means flies. Now Plop flies up to the landing branch and dives. He goes back to his home. Plop says to his mother, the little boy says dark is exciting. I still do not like it at all. But I'm going to watch the fireworks if you still sit beside me. Now Plop very excitedly is telling everything that happened, the conversation between him and the little boy. He's telling everything to his mother, and he says that don't think that I've started liking the dark. I still don't like dark, but I want to see the fireworks that I'm excited about, but I can only watch if you promise to sit with me, because he's afraid, no? So he wants his mother to sit beside him. Mrs. Barn Owl: yes, I will sit by you. So of course his mother is very happy, and she says that of course I will sit with you and I will also watch firework with you. Mr. Barn Owl: so will I. So he's also agreed. Means his parents are very supportive and encouraging. They want their child to get rid of this fear. So they want to support him. Storyteller says, when it begins to get dark, Plop takes brave little steps out of the nest hole and joins his parents. They sit on a big branch at the top of the tree. There are flames leaping and crackling at the end of the boy's garden. Whoosh goes a rocket and sprinkles out a shower of green stars, and a fountain of stars spring up from the ground. Another one goes whizzing about, leaving bright trails of squiggles behind. Now, the storyteller is telling when it gets dark how the Plop becomes very courageous and is very excited, and he takes little steps and he comes out of his home, and they sit on the big branch of the tree and they start enjoying the firework. Plop: oh, there is a flying saucer. Now because Plop is now already like having idea from the little boy about the firecracker names, and also he's telling to his parents. Mr. Barn Owl: you seem to know a lot. What's that fizzy one that keeps jigging up and down? Now his parents are also very happy seeing that their child is the Plop is enjoying the fireworks. So they are also asking questions just to increase his excitement. Plop says, that's my friend with a sparkler. Look, that's Catherine Wheel. The little boy thought I was a Catherine Wheel when I landed on the ground from the tree. Now Plop is also very excited and he's very happy. He's telling about the firecracker names and all to his parents, and he says that that's the little boy who's holding the sparkler. He's my friend. Look, that's a Catherine Wheel, and Then he also tells the incidents how he actually met that little boy when he fell from the tree, and the little boy thought that he's a Catherine wheel. So that conversation he's telling to his parents. Plop. That's my friend with this Mr. Barn Owl. Well, that must have been quite a landing. When Mr. Barn Owl heard about this incident, how in a somersault way he landed on the ground and the little boy thought that it's a firecracker Catherine will, then Mr. Barn Owl, in a very humorous way, in a very witty way, making fun of his landing, says that it must have been quite a landing. Means it was a very bad landing, but in a very witty way is telling this. Storyteller. Plop spends the night watching the display of fireworks with his parents. He loves watching them but still isn't sure if he likes the darkness. So storyteller says that he spends the night enjoying the fireworks with his parents. At least now he's out in the dark. So he loves watching them, but it is not sure that he has started liking the darkness. So the story ends here, and we see how the story goes with the Plop unwilling to come out of the house in the dark, and now how he's enjoying the firework in the night time. So it shows that his willingness to learn, and with this positive attitude, we are sure that Plop will start loving the darkness, and he will not be afraid of the dark anymore. So with this, the story comes to an end. Please go through the chapter and read the chapter carefully. Thank you.